Join. Oh yeah, Drilling's already here. Nice. Oh, and Brian. Cool, cool, cool. Just give me a second, you guys. I'm gonna figure out how to do the screen share. Wow. Time to Google it. By the way, you guys, shoot a message in the chat or respond to me at all if you guys could hear me.
Yo, what's up, Hoff?
Yo, yo. You guys can hear me, right?
Yup.
Nice, nice. And my screen is shared. Perfect. Okay, wait for the others to get in here before we start doing much of anything.
So,
How's your guys' Sunday going so far?
pretty chill. Just got off work.
Oh, that's fun. Where do you work?
Coonies.
Oh, cool, cool. Back when I used to work in a sign manufacturing place. Is it the one in Sacramento, I'm guessing?
The one in Davis, actually.
Oh, okay, never mind. I think we did the one in Sacramento, their sign, which was kind of cool.
Oh, chill. Yeah, I just saw the message today that you guys are doing this one. I was like, oh, I can make it.
Oh, nice, nice. That's why it works out. I haven't even checked that in a minute. Oh, join, responded here, perfect. Cool. Yeah, I've basically done nothing all day. I had dim sum earlier today and played some Monster Hunter.
World?
Read a bit. No, I'm playing Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate on my Switch, and because my brother plays them, I never really played them too much, but shit, it's actually kind of addicting.
I see. It's just super grindy.
Yeah, and that's like the addicting part. Like, I'm just going out there harvesting berries and stuff, knowing I'm about to use it to take down these giant ass like dinosaurs. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy. Thanks for hosting this.
Oh yeah, no, of course. I'm happy to. Should be fun. I'm kind of like a little bit excited. I'm gonna try to do this now, just going straight from the instructions, and see how well it turns out.
Let's do it.
Can I like look at the? Oh, whoa, that popped up. That's cool. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people responded in Slack.
Yeah,
That'd be
this
funny if just you two.
is one of the older ones.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you say, Brian?
Oh, this is one of the older assignments, anyways.
Yeah, I know it is. Like we're not even using like a database or anything. It feels weird. We're just storing our we have a data folder. And we're using a JavaScript file there, and I'm just like, oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah, that's not good.
I believe Laksha Deep is a maybe. It seemed like he was going to join. And who else might be joining? I love all these gifts in the chat lately.
Yeah, I know, right? Pretty funny.
Possibly some others, but or Laura Lisa maybe. She's in chat.
Hey, if we turn in an overdue assignment, do we get a lower grade?
Not at all. Not at all. When you turn in an assignment doesn't have any bearings on the grade. When we grade it, it's just what the assignment looks like in that moment, which is
Uh,
why I'm so like cavalier in handing out like D's or F's and stuff. It doesn't work. So I'm like, just turn in later. It'll work. You'll get an A or B. You know, it's funny. I don't think I've given out a C so far because it's like either it's broken or it works, but it can use some polishing, which is normally like a B, or it's like it works and it looks hella nice, which is like an A.
and then we
Yeah,
could ask for a regrade, right?
yeah, whenever you want. And it's kind of a good way if you like just want to like work on your own code, work on your own UI to get like my opinion or Justin's opinion on it.
Yeah,
Just to see if you're like you're in the right direction or if you learn something new and you want to show it off.
yeah. Oh, Joe.
So I watched The Witch last night. If you guys have ever seen it.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah, just a horror movie. Got me nice and spooked.
I can't be scared.
No, I used to not be into gore or like blood at all, but I watched the anime Castlevania on Netflix and it kind of like awoken something in me. And now like I kind of like fucking horror shit and gory shit. And it's weird.
All right, dude.
All right, 6 p.m. We still only, oh, we have a ton of people in here. Sweet.
Squad.
All right. I'll wait like 2 more minutes, see if Lex Jeep shows up. And if not, we're just going to jump right in. Oh, I'm going to have to make my own questions for this, huh? I wonder if I can make this like, shit, my first instinct's Pokemon themed, but I feel like I do too much Pokemon stuff nowadays. I don't know, like, I'll probably make it Pokemon themed.
All right.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and start this up now. What is up, everybody? This is Haffed Ali's live coding channel. We're about to get into this and knock this homework right out the park. So let's get coding.
Wow.
Screen again. Thank you, thank you. I used a lot of energy for that one. Shit, now I forgot to share my screen. Got it, perfect. All right, so right here I have a folder, just named it Friend Finder. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through this, just utilizing the instructions and trying to come at this from like a student's perspective. We go into the overview. In this activity, we'll build a compatibility-based friend finder application, basically a dating app. This full stack site, it's not really full stack. We don't have a back end, but our database. But this full stack site will take in the results from user surveys and then compare their answers with those from other users. The app will then display the name and picture of the user with the best overall match. And we're gonna be using Express to handle the routing. Oh, we're deploying as well. I didn't even know that. Cool. So we're gonna deploy Heroku, which will be fun. So I'm just gonna first take a look at the demo so we could see what we're gonna be messing with here. And here we are, a friend finder. Gonna go ahead and click on go to survey, I guess. And I kind of want to click this. I want to see what this does. Oh, cool. Just the data. Nice, nice. A lot of tests. All right, we're going to survey. My name is Haffed Ali. Link to a photo. It's required, really? Oh, man. Okay. I'm trying to go up to make a new window, but that blocked me off the top bar. Let's look up one of my favorite Pokemon. Oh, two in the chat. I can't deploy to see my freaking one. Yeah, no, honestly, you guys, like I forget deployment basically every time I do it, so we're gonna get through it together. Let's go to images of Turtwig, this little cute guy. Which one? Ooh, yeah, I like that. Let's copy the image address, and I'm just gonna pop it right in there. Okay, so your mind is always buzzing with unexplored ideas and plans. That's actually very true. Generally speaking, you rely more on your experience than your imagination. I'll give that one a medium. Do I find it easy to stay relaxed and focused, even when there's some pressure? Not really. I get frazzled. You rarely do something out of sheer curiosity. That's like the only reason I do stuff. People can rarely upset you. It's often difficult for you to relate to other people's feelings. I'm going to give this one a 3 because sometimes I just feel like I have odd perspectives. In a discussion, truth should be more important than people's sensitivities. Yeah, I guess so. I rarely get carried away by fantasies and ideas. I'm going to have to disagree on that one. I think everyone else's view should be respected, whether or not they're supported by facts. Man, these are some tough questions, actually, like really, really real ones. I guess they should be respected, but like if it's a negative viewpoint that's not based on fact, that's kind of annoying. I'll give it a 4. I'm taking this very seriously, you guys. I'm trying to find my love here. You feel more energetic after spending time with a group of people. Meh. Depends on the day. Oh, best matches test. Okay. That doesn't bode well for my love life. So, okay, I kind of get it here. So we have a survey page, and it looked like the one we were on before, just like the landing page. So, and we have like a JSON response. Yeah, API/friends. That's like the route that we're hitting. And lastly, the GitHub repo, which I'm not going to click on that. Okay, cool. We can start programming then. So it's kind of simple. It's going to be a 2-page application. Not going to have a lot of routes, seems like. It seems like one of the only routes is getting the friends from the API and probably some sort of API route to handle when we click the submit button to like compare us to that data we have in our server. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to just start by setting up this folder structure. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to use the terminal just because it's a little bit faster for me. You guys feel free to right click and do stuff. Both are pretty close to the same speed, honestly, in the end. Well, I already have my own folder called Friend Finder, so I'll make directory app and touch server.js because we're going to need that guy. Ooh, and npm init because we need that package JSON. npm init-y, of course, just says yes to everything they'll ask us. So it kind of gets that done faster. Cool, so we have the package now, we have the server, and then we have our app folder. I'm gonna do cd app, which navigates me into my app. CD stands for change directory. Within that app folder now, I want, looks like 3 folders, data, public, and routing. Data is gonna be holding, I think, the data of the friends we have or the potential matches we have. So I'm gonna go ahead and make directory data, make directory public, and make directory routing. Public will be housing our pages, like our homepage, our survey page, and then routing, of course, will be for our routes. I'm going to cd change directory into data, so I could touch friends.js. That's kind of funny verbiage. Going back out to public, going back out into the app, and then going into public. And so yeah, right now I'm just making these files, so just take me a quick second. And normally I don't go this fast when I'm making files, but having it right here in front of me makes it a little bit easier. Sweet. Okay. So commits. We don't need to know about that. That's whatever. Instructions. Our survey should have 10 questions of our choosing. Each answer should be on a scale of 1 to 5 based on how the user agrees or disagrees with the question. Okay, so I'm gonna need Express for this app. And I think Path is already given to us. So first I'm just gonna hop back out to my outwardmost folder to npm install. Reason being is you want to npm install in the same location where your package JSON is. Like if I hit ls here, I'll see my package JSON. So we're within the same folder right now. So this is a great time or place to npm install Express, and I'm gonna do save because I always forget whether it's the npm install or the npm I that doesn't save it to your package JSON. So I just always do -- save. Most people don't do that. It's just something that I do because I always get them confused. So I just hate making that mistake. Okay, cool. We got Express. So let's go ahead and I'm going to open up this server.js on the side here. Because it says we're going to need to require Express and Path. So I'm going to be using ES6 like constant stuff because I'm trying to be a cool programmer, you know? Const Express equals require Express, and const path equals require path. Cool. And I believe path is given to us, right? Does it give us a I really don't know. We'll do this for now and see what happens. If we get an error, then we know we have to npm install it. And next, it wants me to go into my HTML routes. Then I should include 2 routes: a get route for survey, which should display the survey page, and a default catch all route that leads to home.html, which displays the home page. I forget exactly how to do a catch all route. Let's Google that really quick. Catch all route basically means like if you're on my website, no matter what you add past the slash, navigate to that specific route. So how to catch all route JS.
/star.
Boom, there you go. I knew star something. Okay, thank you. Okay, so go ahead, HTML routes. And how do I do this? I know like we need to get our router. Man, I'm gonna need to reference some not homework, some classwork. Where's my terminal? So I'm gonna go ahead and open up an old assignment really quick, just because I forget the exact Express syntax oftentimes. CD live curriculums, ls cd ucd, cd Tuesday, and then I want to go to the Express folder. So I'm just gonna go code Express. And I'm just gonna go to like, that's probably a good one. And oh, of course, yeah, we just module exports. Okay, I could explain that too. So module.exports, and I kind of forgot already, equals function app. And the reason I do that function app there is we are expecting us to, when we're utilizing these routes, to be passing in like an Express router here. So the code we're writing here is kind of imagining that app is our Express application, even though in this specific file, we don't exactly have that. And it's like app.get, right? App.get, we need a get route for survey. And it should like res send file with like path probably. Return the survey page. And app.get /star. That look good, Julian?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. And this is returns the home page. Okay, cool. What is next? My API routes file should contain 2 routes. Sounds good. And because I hate typing, I'm just gonna do that. A get route with the URL API friends. So API/friends goes right there. And then a post route with API friends, which makes sense. That's where we'll be hitting the submit button. And return all possible friends. And handle incoming survey results. This route will also be used to handle the compatibility logic. Okay. So I should save my application's data inside of my app data.js as an array of objects. And each of them should follow this kind of same format. Okay, cool. Like I want to make this Pokemon related, but I really don't know how. So for now, I'm just gonna.
So my fiance Annie and Rob, and tonight I'm getting drinks with one of my best friends.
Getting drinks with one of my best friends. I don't know whose video that was. That was funny. So an array of objects, and I'm gonna go ahead and just use this one first. And later on, I'll go ahead and make more dummy data. And they want us to determine the user's most compatible friend using the following as a guide. Convert each user's results into a simple array of numbers. So that'll be as we're going through clicking like 1 to 5. With that done, we're gonna be comparing the current user's scores against those from others. Add up the differences to calculate total difference. So this would be like 2, 1, 2, nothing, 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 nothing. Oh wait, where's the other 2? I missed one. Wait, what? Oh, 2, 1, 2. Haha, I'm dumb. N equals 5. Okay. Absolute value of the differences, of course. Put the other way, no negative solutions. Your app should calculate both 5 minus 3 and 3 minus 5 is 2, and so on. The closest match would be the user with the least amount of difference. Okay, so that makes sense. We're just trying to figure out the user with least amount of difference. Once you've found the current user's most compatible friend, display the results as a modal pop-up view. Okay. The modal should display both the name and picture of the closest match. Okay. Well, if it's Bootstrap 2, modals aren't too tough. Okay. Nice. And we'll get to the hosting once we're done building this out. All right. So I guess the first thing I'm going to want to do here is set up the HTML because right now it's just still blank. I'm going to go navigate to bootstrap.com. And actually, I'm just going to go ahead and use not the instructions, the demo as kind of a guide, because I'm imagining they're using Bootstrap. And if they are, yeah, that's just a giant Jumbotron. So I'm going to go ahead to Bootstrap and get myself a Jumbotron. Thank you, Internet. Yeah, that looks perfect. Full width down to quarters of fluid. Does that matter? I'm gonna go with this for now. Just use a copy button, that's way easier. Okay. Oh, and also, I forget, this is an HTML page. We need a lot more here, like headers and stuff. And I can't remember the last time I wrote that myself. I know there's a shortcut you could use to go ahead and set that up. Actually, let me see if I remember it. Is it? Yes. Woo, got it. I can't believe I remember that. That's nice. And all I did was do, what did I do? I did an exclamation point and then it autofilled. So don't need that, but I do need this again. Cool. Let's take a look. Beautiful. Now, this does not look like Bootstrap because I forgot a very important step. We need to actually link Bootstrap to it. So I'm gonna need to go grab that CDN. That's actually kind of funny, I forgot it. Yep, you're gonna need this. Oh, wow, that's kind of cool. Just copy like that. Put that. Oh my gosh. Does it go style? How do I link CDNs again? Oh my gosh. It's really crazy the things you forget. Yeah, link rel style sheet, duh. Gets the link. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, my bad. REL style sheet. And it goes href. Paste that there. And then for the JavaScript, that's fun, awesome. I'm guessing we do JavaScript at the bottom, right? Oh, we don't necessarily need the JavaScript, but I think we will need it. Reason being is that we're using the modal. For now, I'm gonna jack their font awesome one too, because then we could get the cool like Facebook-like icons if we want. And how do I think I could link JS the same way. Let me double check. Yeah, it's script source. I'll put it up here. That's not what I wanted. Okay, now let's take a look at this guy. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so friend finder. Friend finder. And perfect. And then this one will be take survey. So yeah, just setting up the front end here. Can't even navigate to my JS now. This, can you guys see this bar up here on the top, by the way? At all? Maybe, maybe not.
What bar?
Oh yeah, there's a bar at the top for zoom. So every time I move my mouse up here, the bar hovers downwards and starts to cover up my files and stuff. It's kind of annoying.
I don't see it.
Yeah, it makes sense that you guys wouldn't see it because it's like a Zoom app thing.
Show.
Okay, cool. Be really careful when I move up here. So I guess next I'll do the survey page. I kind of want to knock out the HTML first. I dislike doing HTML, so I find that doing it first is oftentimes like the best way for me to get it out of my way. So we're gonna need that, but not a Jumbotron. Let's take a look at their page and get an idea of what they used. So just line breaks here, about you, inputs and whatnot. What exactly is that? I'm gonna inspect the page. Just that way I could see what these classes are, because I'd rather not spend time right now digging around Bootstrap. Select, name required. Yeah, just a giant container. And let me get out of mobile mode. Yeah, just a straight up H3 holding the question. Thank you, man. And then it's a select with options. Cool. Is that a Bootstrap thing? I'm curious. Let me go look. Man, can I move? Oh, I can move it, the bar. Nice. Haha, I moved it to the bottom now. And you guys probably still can't see it, but now I could click around on my screen willy-nilly and not worry about that blocking off all my tabs. Let's see if select is something here. No, that doesn't look like it is. Kind of makes sense. Like, that'd be very, very, ooh, there are forms though. Oh yeah, no, this is it. Nice. Man, Bootstrap makes things nice and easy for us. Okay, I'm gonna take this one here. Yeah, we want to select and give it options. And just to double check, because cool, we're gonna need to like put containers on it though, because you know that's hella wide. So I guess first thing is I make my container div. And cool, it automatically applied some width. Thank you, Bootstrap. And what did they do here? Theirs looked a lot better. Oh yeah, they made that tiny. That's way nicer. We'll do styling later. First, we'll just get the things on the page, then we'll make them look cool together. So we're gonna need survey questions, more HRs, more. Okay, cool. So let's start off at the top with an H2. Okay, bum bum. And looks like an H3 maybe. I feel bad. I'm basically exactly copying this. But when you have like such a like a rubric in front of you and it just looks so clear, it's kind of tough to break away from it almost. And then we're gonna need an input here, I believe. Typed data field, yeah. Weird. That's an odd autofill. Oh, of course. So cool things is now in React. In React, we need to end inputs with a slash, but in HTML, we do not need that. So that's like one of the only differences between HTML and React. There are a couple there, but that is one of them. And it's one that will trip you up if you're not ready for it. So yeah, type text and with an ID in a class. Okay. So yeah, type will be text. That is true. ID, I'll make it username. And class, I'll do user data. See what that looks like. Oof, that's not good. About you, name, required. Very cool. And I'm going to go ahead and do maybe an HR. How are they getting the lines? Oh, that comes to HR. Cool. So maybe, is it BR just the break? I forget. Let's see what happens if I do BR there. I would have anything beneath it, so I wouldn't be able to see. I'm going to do H4 instead of H3. And image URL required. Put that right there. Change this to image URL, and the class will still be user data. That way I could like target these both together nice and easily. See if BR does anything. Okay. I want some CSS. I want to like text line center. We didn't have the CSS in the instructions, did we? Are they doing it like, they're probably doing it in the JavaScript. I'm just gonna make a CSS file. I'm just call it app.css because it'll apply to everything. I could just do body, which will target the entire body and make it text align center. And that way, just everything's centered off the bat, which is nice. And of course, I need to link that. Should I link that? It doesn't really matter in this case. Oh wait, do I have more? Oh, cool. I did not know that, you guys. If you just type link and tab, it will set it up for you. I have been typing too much in my life. I wasted way too much of my time. So we're just gonna be doing ./app.css. And let's see what survey looks like. Oh, I have to do that on the survey page too, of course. You know, building out this this application with multiple HTML pages makes me so appreciate React more. It's like so much repetitions going on here. That did not align at all. Did I do that wrong? What's my error here? Oh, I need jQuery. I forgot that. That's very important.
Wait, what are you trying to do?
I was just trying to center everything on the page.
Well,
jQuery.
I think you had some things outside of the div container. Is that why?
Oh, possibly. Oh, yeah, that would make a ton of sense, actually. Yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Kill that.
Because doesn't Bootstrap's div container auto like center everything?
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I was really confused. Like, oh, I didn't think I needed any CSS here since I'm using Bootstrap. Thank you, Brian.
We get extra credit points.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice. Oh my God, thanks, man. That would save me some fucking time. I guess minified, yeah. Hey, that's not what I copied. What the? This is weird. Okay, let me go try that one more time. Okay, copied.
That thing doesn't work.
Okay, wow, interesting.
Yeah, I tried it.
Huh, I wonder what's going on there.
Broken.
Almost makes me want to inspect it. No, actually, this is not what we're here for, so I'm gonna turn that off. Cool, thanks, Brian. I would have tried it like 2 more times at least. And I'm gonna check that as well. I need to copy it again, but put it here because I may need it there. If not, I'll take it out later. Cool. Yeah, perfect. I'm gonna need a couple of these actually, but for now, and BR doesn't do anything. Like, how do I do just a gap without the dash there?
I don't think you need
What do you say?
it. I don't think you need it. I don't have one there.
Oh, okay. Well, I kind of just one there, make it look nicer. Spacing HTML blank. What the F is this? That'd be like a quick BR or something like the.
Can't you just do margins or padding or something?
Yeah. I was just trying to not use any styling, but I guess that's probably something I should do then. Yeah, I could target these guys and give them padding. That's actually, or margin. That's a good move. User data. So we're gonna go ahead and do .user. Did camel case, I think. You're not supposed to camel case your classes actually. You want to, I didn't even case them at all. Oh my God, that's disgusting. When you're doing CSS, I think the standard is to use hyphens. And give it a margin. Let's just do 1 rem. Yay! And Okay, I'll leave it as that. Ah, you know what? Sorry guys, I'm gonna make this better. Put it within a div. Call that div user data. That way the margin applies to everything here, not just that little text box, because that was looking kind of awkward. Hey, right there. Okay. Okay, that looks better. Nice. I cannot wait till I turn node 1 on. I am tired of alt being already. Maybe I should have set that up first, that home route. Okay, at this point, I'm going to set up my home route because that's just going to make my life a little bit easier. We're going to like res.send. What was that? Autofill. Sometimes autofill just fires off. And it can get annoying. I might be doing a path.join here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I'm not using path here, but I guess path will be.
Do you want the code for it?
Yeah, that'd be helpful. Or I can check out the homework too. Let's see, it gets there faster.
I just pasted it.
Oh shit, that's fast. Res send file path.join dir name. Oh yeah, thank you for sending that. That's a very ugly thing to write out. Okay, cool. Thank you, Brian. It's gonna be public. Yeah, home.html. Sweet. Time to set up our server.js with some boilerplate. App express. Require.
Oh, that's a little different because it's using arrow functions, so it might confuse some people. Just a heads
up. Which one's using arrow functions?
The ones that you just copied.
Oh, really? Oh, I'll change it up. Where is it at?
HTML routes. Oh, wait, never mind.
Oh, sweet.
Oh.
But yeah, good call. That definitely could. I would recommend you guys though getting used to ES6. Like I was super not happy about it in my camp when we started because I was like, if I could do this without ES6, why would I learn this new way to do the same thing? But it's kind of like it gets a lot easier as you use it, and it really makes things faster. Like typing out function is like so many words, so many letters versus just like boom, arrow, done. Okay, sweet. We're not using path, but I'm gonna run this and see what happens because that's the kind of programmer I am. I just let things blow up in my face. Cannot find module routes, API routes. Ah, because I named mine routing. I need a. Did I not export? There's a big chance I didn't export. No, I did. Yeah, module exports equals function app. Oh, duh. API route. I'll take a look at how they did that. Yeah, module.exports app. Or maybe I need to just re-kick it up. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually see what it is. It's ./app/routing. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. But it's app/. Oh, 88 is already in use. That's kind of funny. Let's go 8181. Sweet. Let's check out 8181. Res is not defined in HTML routes. Oh, that's not mine. So let's go to HTML routes, function, app. Oh, yeah, I need like a res, or don't I? time to check here again. Yeah, function request. Duh. Man, those small things, honestly, I always forget. It's like a constant lookup. I find that after like programming for a while, like I'm good with like specifically what I use, which is React. And with other things, I understand the concepts, but the syntax is things I just have to consistently break and then look it up and break and look it up. Path not defined. Cool. Let's use path. Let's require it here. For const. Hi, hooray. That's nice. And let's do the survey while we're at it. Oh man, the HTML writing is easy though.
Can you explain where's that send file in the path.join?
Yeah. So whenever we hit a route, we have to respond with something. And I'm gonna make a dummy route just to help illustrate what's going on. So whenever we use like HTTP, we're sending a request and we're expecting a response back.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Oh, I see. So when let's say we get dummy, we need to respond to something. And if you just send, you're going to be sending not an entire file. You're going to be sending like, I forget what it is, like the bits of exactly what that response is. The reason why we send res send file, I believe, is it goes through and it parses the entire file, bundles it up to be sent, because an entire file is a lot bigger, like data wise, than something like status. And if we hit dummy with status there, or if we hit dummy on a route, we're just going to get back nothing, because we have that catch-all going. Yeah, it should be back status. And if you take a look, I believe at network, you get a kind of closer look at it. We hit the route dummy. So the headers that we sent over was the request URL we wanted, the method, which is get, and status. Response, what we got back was a content length of 6. There are 6 characters here. Content type text/HTML. And yeah, so I'm actually kind of curious what this response headers will look like when we res send file. Maybe it'll look different, maybe it won't. I actually have no idea. And then once we look at that, we'll go over the path.join. Okay, so let's actually get rid of dummy there. Before I refresh, I want to clear this out. Hey, what? That's, oh, you know what? Because I need to hit enter, not refresh. Okay, so what did we get back? We got back localhost, and cool. So we got something very different back this time in the response headers. While our request was still the same because we didn't really do anything differently there, the response isn't just text slash, oh, it is content type text HTML. Accept range is bytes, cache control is public, max age 0. So, and content length 1070. So cache control, I would look that up. I'm kind of curious, but like, I don't want to look it up right now, but if I were you, Brian, I'd look that up. It might have something to do with like us bundling up the file to be sent over in red versus just reading it as it gets it. And for path.join, path is it's a node module that we have access to everywhere. And all it does is it joins together 2 different strings that represent the path in a computer. So like dir name is, we could go ahead and console log dir name here. And let's go ahead and hit that really quick. Dir name is, in my computer, C/program/helping students/friendfinder/app/routing. And it combines that with the string that follows. So routing slash public slash survey. So what it would do in this situation is it would omit the routing and place on public slash survey, because we can't go routing public since they're right next to each other here. They're not a child or parent to the other.
Yeah.
So it would kind of remedy that. Otherwise, we'd have to like do some string addition and then like remove certain characters in the string, and it'll get like really hairy. We could do it ourselves with JavaScript, but using path.join allows that module to do it for us.
Sure. Thanks.
Okay, yeah, no, good question. And let me know if we go too in depth on the questions. I really like the programming side of things sometimes. So where were we? We have our file set up now. Oh, cool. And we can go to survey. I want to make it so when I click, and oftentimes when I'm programming apps and projects, I can go out in two different ways. With something that's smaller like this, I start building it in a way that allows me to use it sooner. So I got the HTML going first because that's what I'm looking at. And now I want to make this button work because I want to be able to click here to go to my survey page. So let's learn how to do that. Because, oh, well, that's actually super easy. There's an href right here. Whoa, that's so easy. Oh, man. So when I saw that hashtag I put up here, so I believe what's going to happen is it's going to make like a request to something specifically, but let's see. Because I feel like if I request survey, it'll send file me the survey page. But we will see, because I'm not sure that's how it works. I haven't done a bootstrap button in like a very long time. Whoa, cool, bootstrap, fun, programming. Cool, so let's get a back button on the survey as well. I'm going to jack this button. I was leave that blank. I was trying to think of something funny to put, but cool. Very, very cool. Okay, so I'm going to add some CSS to this custom select. Give it first off the correct width, because that is way too wide. And maybe a few other things. So custom select margin, I guess all the way around. I wouldn't want a margin. Yeah. That was 1 rem. Let's go 2 rem for this guy. Oh, I need a node. Did I node mod? I think it did. Why isn't it refreshing? Oh, does CSS not get re-rendered with node mod? I'm gonna cry if that's the case. Oh no, cool. We just targeted it incorrectly. Custom select. Okay, weird. I feel like we are linked. Class user hyphen data. That's so odd. Width. Let's just do 50 pixels just to test if it's working. Okay, I must be missing something here. No, that's spelled correctly. Yeah, I'm really turning my head right now. Why can't I target that? Let's see. Are there any errors? No errors. Select, custom select. Maybe when you put it in a div. It could be like, yeah, there is specific, oh yeah, there's a lot of specific CSS applied to it from the Bootstrap side. So what happened was, I'm running just like really good core issues here actually. I have my app CSS right here, right? And so it's going through and it's applying the margin to my selector, but the line right beneath it is a Bootstrap CSS, and the Bootstrap CSS has all this. And so that overwrites the CSS I just wrote. So if I wanted my CSS to supersede, to like take priority over the Bootstrap one, I could just put it beneath it. That way it goes off after the Bootstrap. And that still didn't work. Woohoo! Let's see. Where's my custom select styling? Weird, I don't see it. I'm gonna double check my network because I should get a CSS file here. And looking at that, oh, that's not supposed to happen like that. I guess I'd have to look in sources actually. So my app.css. Wait, that's odd. That's not a CSS file at all. Did I link something like really weird? That's not join, directory name, public. Ah, you know what? Yeah, it could be. I'm gonna make an assets folder. I think I might have an idea of what's going on. Could be like the paths are getting odd because we're like, doubtful. We'll see how this goes. So instead of that, it's gonna be // assets / app CSS. And I need to do the same thing for the home page. All right, now I'm just confused.
It's not important, though, is it?
No, exactly. No. I'm going to skip over the CSS for now and get back to just setting up the rest of the survey. Yeah, actually, guys, I'm sure you guys don't need as much help with CSS and stuff. Is something you guys need help with on this one is the friend finder algorithm part of it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And I'm guessing the deployment as well. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm getting caught up in the wrong things. I don't write a ton of HTML, CSS anymore. So I would just run into a ton of problems. I need like 10 questions, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and target each of these. Okay, all targeted. That way my cursor's in the same spot and I could do quick little option value equals 4, 4, and go to the next one.
Wait, how did you do that?
So if you use Control D, you could target things that match after you've highlighted them.
What?
Yeah. So I just targeted all the option value 3s, and now my cursor is lined up in that location for all of these guys. So I could just quickly type all this up really quick.
Man, that could
Yeah,
save
super helpful. Control D is like a really great tool.
So you highlight it, then press Control D?
Yeah. So it's really great when you're in JavaScript, you have to rename variables. But let's say I want to find all the selects that look exactly like this.
Oh, that's cool.
And just click it for each one. And yeah, it's super helpful. Okay, cool. So now we could start writing the questions, and I'm just gonna make them very generic. I'm gonna copy the other ones actually, exactly, because no need in being original. Because we are already 50 minutes in. Holy shit, I am sorry, you guys. We gotta do some HTML though. We gotta do some CSS. A little bit of routing here and there. Sweet. Okay. That's annoying. So one thing you do when using Control D is you can make it specify for absolute, so that we get casing as well. Because in this case, I didn't want to get like the ones that showed up in the text I wrote or the questions. Get them all? Perfect. And I know above them we want to write down which question it is. So I'm going to target each of those. Above it, make an H2. Question. Now this is where sadly I have to go through and type it one by one. Man, programming is so hard. Oh, I'm missing one. Oh, shit, I am missing one. I wonder which one I missed. So I wrote the same, oh, I didn't. I wrote the same number. Already skipped one on accident. Almost did it again. Okay, cool. Now we have everything we need on the page, I believe, on our end. Yeah, perfect. Oh, I put those in the wrong spot. Okay, I could change that up actually pretty easily. How do I want to do this? I think I'm going to go ahead. I could do this, yeah. It's kind of annoying. Haha! If you use the Alt button when you're in a line, you could use the arrow keys to move that line to a different location. So all I did was pop that out of the select class parent div. And now I'm going to change that into just a normal div. And my autofill is going to like piss me off right here. So I have to go delete those divs. And on this end of it, close it with a div. And I wonder what happens if I don't give them that like initial value. Oof. I broke it a few times actually. That makes sense. Let me undo what I just did. Okay, so what happened there is I tried just sliding through, but there were different locations really. What I'm gonna do to make sure I could target these options is utilize that period at the end of every question. That way I know I'm only targeting these slash options that correspond with this. Otherwise I would get all these guys as well. And cool. So now I get on the far right hand side of it, and I could do that comfortably, knowing it won't break everything this time. Hooray. Perfect. Okay. And we also need a submit button too. I'm going to turn this into a submit button actually, because I don't really need to use that to go home. Submit href, it'll be a post request. So it's going to be slash API slash friends. And I think right in here, I'm going to be adding my script. And I believe it has to go inside of the body. Script tag. And here's where I'm going to be handling the Ajax call posting to our post route and grabbing that user data from these values. So let's see, how I'm going to do this. I guess I'll make it into, I'll do the Ajax call first. How do you do an Ajax call? Man, Ajax is old. Do they have anything like that here? Haha, they do. Cool. So that's actually pretty helpful. All right, so I'm going to use this to help me out with this syntax here. And we're going to want to post to API/friends with an object, actually. Submit on click. Duh, that's a very important part, is the on click. So I don't really need to use an href here. Yeah, that would be kind of useless. So I'm going to take that out. Ah, it's because it's an anchor tag, search and button. Class, and then ID submit. So what we're going to do is target that ID and attach a click handler. Event prevent default. The reason why we do event prevent defaults is on submits, the automatic responses to refresh the page, and we don't want that here. What kind of button are they using? Button type submit. So I guess if it's not type submit, we don't have to do that. I'm gonna give it a type submit anyways, since I'm already doing event prevent default, and maybe I'll give it like a bootstrap class. So prevent default, and what we're gonna wanna do is then const user equals. I'm gonna wanna use jQuery now to grab the data from the user. How do they do that? Oh yeah, like that. So it's mean object with name, which is, what was that class called? Going back up here, check the name of the class, or this is exactly what I want the input. ID of username, and then ID of image URL. So name is ID of, wow, I already forgot, was it username? Yeah, which is the terrible name of the ID because it's not their username at all, it is their real name. And image will be, I need to do some more stuff like value.trim. Image URL val trim. Trim is just making sure we don't get those white spaces. Val goes in and grabs the value from within that div that we're targeting.
Do you get a hyphen between username?
No, I didn't put one there. Like that's very bad on my part. I'm gonna go ahead and do that actually, because that is best practice, and that's just the way we have to do it. If you're not following your own conventions, it gets so confusing reading your own code. And then how am I gonna want to store this? I'm gonna have to type that out for each value.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's annoying. Okay.
Around ID.
Yeah. Oh my, that's so annoying. Okay, well, I'll use the Control D thing. I hate having to type so much like repetitive code. So we're gonna go like this. Okay. Oh my god, so annoying. Here we go. Actually, before I do that, using just the number for an ID is kind of, nope, no, I'm doing it like this. Actually, here we go. I'm gonna make it Q, prepend the number with letter Q, just to kind of make it help make it look a little bit more clear. So Q1, Q2, Q3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. missed one again. Oh man. Well, I missed the same one again. 8. That's kind of funny. And Q10. Man, that's actually kind of like answers. It's going to be an array. I'm targeting the ID. Oh, ID of Q. Do.val. Copy this guy and just paste him a couple times. I don't think that's 10. That might be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's 10. Wow, amazing. I'm the best programmer on the planet. And is that how we grab a val from a, we can test it actually. Console log user. Get that out of there. Now we could go refresh our page and see what happens. Haffed Ali, image royal, suck an egg. And so that's supposed to be, I should leave the number 1 there. I'm gonna leave that there, even though that's hella bad. Bad UI. I'll fix that in a minute. Oh, no validation. I didn't need to do this at all. Oh well. And then hit the submit button. And it should have console logged on the client side. An object, whoosh, perfecto. So now we know that this user object that we created is valid, it works out. And yeah, so now we know we could use that in a post request. I think we wanna, how do we get from string to int? I forget. String to int JS, and it is parse int. Cool. If we could do that here, that'd be kind of cool. Ah, darn you, last one. If you hold Control and Alt, you could, and use a cursor or use an arrow, you could like set up many lines to write on at once, which is helpful at times. The reason I'm turning it to an integer is because we are going to need to like run some math on it later. So I'm just doing it now. So it's out of my way. And if I refresh, I'm going to change one of them to see if it works. Ah, fair, very fair. I didn't really think you could do that. That would have been nice though. Oh, we'll figure that out later. Oh, we'll do that part later. So now we could post with that. And we're going to be posting to API friends. And now I'm going to refer back to the post request from an old class assignment again. So we're simply going to choose the route, follow it with data that we want to send over, and then an anonymous function, or callback function, sorry. Function on data. Okay, now we can start working the route itself. So we're going to go over to our API routes file. And on post friends, function recres, rec, comma res, up here, rec res. It'll be in the rec body. I believe it's like rec.body.user. So I'm going to just first console log rec.body.user to make sure that we got the right thing going there. Okay. Huff, test, submit. Wait, what? I got rid of that. 168 users not defined. Oh yeah, of course. I'm out of the scope. Like I just tried posting initially once my page loaded, because I wasn't inside of this submit button click. As soon as the page loaded, I saw, oh, time to post something, and my thing wasn't there. Reason being, of course, is because I need to put it within the button, because once I click the button, that's when I finally create that user object. All right, perfect. All right, submit, no errors, hooray, undefined. So I did not target that correctly. Let's do rec.body. Refresh, clickety click, woohoo. So we don't need to do anything else. Perfect. Ooh, now I do the fun part, which is like comparing it to our friends data. And what we're gonna need though is that friends data. So I could do const friends equals require from / the data folder, our friends.js file. Hooray. And I'm gonna want to console log the friends really quick. I console log a lot of things just because visually seeing the data gives me more of an idea of its shape. And just helps for me in that confirmation step. Empty object. That's because we didn't export it, did we? Yeah. So we didn't export this at all. So we're going to do module.exports equals friends. So now when we click this, we should get back Ahmed. Ah, Ahmed's my cousin. How'd they know? Cool. So we have what we need here. Ah, we should have named our scores instead of answers. We could totally do that. Just to keep it like, you know, the same across the board. So let's refer to the instructions on how they want to do this. Well, I kind of know, but we're going to go over it again really quick. All they want us to do is loop through their scores and find the total difference between their scores and ours. And we're going to find that difference using absolute values. So like the distance between numbers. So I guess what we're going to want to do is loop through our friends array because it is an array of objects. Right now it's just one object, but it's still within an array. So can I do? Someone told me how to do a for loop, like have autofill do a for loop. Yes, right here. I just learned this the other day and I was like, oh, I should have been doing that for a minute. Let's use I instead of index because I'm just used to that. And instead of array, we're going to do friends. Cool. So what we're going to do then, as we're looping through the array, we're going to write another for loop. And I guess we'll do again, because I just hate seeing index in code. I like just having that I for element.score.length. So I'll take like the scores and const element is equal to element, which is the current friend we're on, dot score is that current friend's score, and then the I will be hitting that one spot. And just make sure we're doing that right. We're going to console log this element here. Well, actually, making it more human readable. Ah, I broke it. Perfect. Now we go and submit, take a look, and what broke? Cannot read property length of undefined. So friends.length and then friend.score probably isn't good. Ah, because it's not score, it's scores, plural. Woohoo. Okay. So now we know that we could iterate through their scores. And this is where we start doing our comparison. I'm going to want to leave up here. I'm going to create something called best match. Oh, that was weird. My internet may have just died out there. Well, glad we're back. Was I gone for like a minute or?
Yeah.
Like how long was I gone for?
About a minute.
Okay, cool. I was afraid I was just like working on that for a while alone. Okay, well, I'll go back to sharing my screen. My Wi-Fi can get kind of spotty sometimes. It just crashes for a minute or so. But what we were doing, did you guys see us get to the point where we were iterating through the list of scores?
Probably right before it.
Okay. Well, we were able to now get to the list of scores and iterate through them and console log each one. So that way now I know that we have the ability to go through those numbers and compare them to our numbers. And what I'm doing now is creating a best match object to keep track of our best match as we're iterating through that list of friends. Because as we find a new friend, sorry, go ahead.
Is this where you would parse the numbers? Parse int?
Yeah, I'm going to parse int them right in here, I think.
Yeah.
I guess technically, it would probably be best to parse int them up here though, because parse inting them here means that for every friend, every comparison, I need to convert those strings to integers, which is kind of wasteful. I'd be doing it 10 times at least, when if I did it here, I'd only have to do it once. But I don't want to write another for loop, so I'm going to leave it like that. This doesn't have to be super performant, but it would be best to probably parse int, like to set up my side or my user's side of the function. So for this best match, I'm going to go ahead and leave the name. Yeah, I don't need to do that at all. All I need to do is for the best match, I'm going to do best score equals, and the worst possible would be like 50. And then let best match. I guess it'd be const best match then. I'm trying to use const more, you guys. Like, I've used let so much, and I don't know if you guys heard, but some people have been saying const is kind of, kind of good. Missing initializer and const declaration? Oh, duh. Equals, just do friend 0. Is that fine? Yeah. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna compare the score to the best score. And if it's lower, if our score is lower, meaning there's less differences, we're gonna overwrite best match with the current friend that we are on. And the way I'm gonna do this is when we're here, const score equals that, I'm gonna do let total score equals 0. That represents the best possible match. There's no differences. And as we're looping through our friends' scores, as we're looping through those, this is where we're going to be referencing ours. So how am I going to do, and is there like an absolute value operator? There's no way there is. I'm going to Google that really quick though. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, what? That's so cool. There is. It's just abs. Abs are important, you guys. So I guess what we're going to do as we're looping through, we could do total score plus equals absolute value. Hey, that's not what I wanted. That's not cool. Am I doing that correctly? Oh, it's math.abs, that's why. Yeah. Math.abs. Math is like the JavaScript math library of score minus, and actually just to make it kind of clear, const user score and const friend score equals rec dot body dot score. Did I name it scores or scores? Ah, perfect. Dot scores I dot parse int. I make it a number. So now we could just use those two. Friend score minus user score. Perfect. So at the end of this, we're gonna be looping through total score plus equals. This total score needs to actually go. This total score, it represents the score that the score of how close we are to that current friend. If it's within this scope here, every time we iterate through one of the choices, one of these scores, it'll reset to 0. I want that actually up here because that'll keep it the same number as we're looping through here. And once we're done with this for loop, once we're done looping through and adding up all those differences, then we could run that comparison I was talking about before, where we'll check to see if this total score is less than this best score? And if so, that means the current friend that we're iterating on should be our best match, and we'll overwrite this best match variable. So I'm gonna write that if statement right here after the for loop. If total score is less than best score. And it's important to note that this if statement is within this for loop. This for loop is iterating through our list of friends. So we know if the total score is lower than best score, we could take this current friend that we're on and overwrite best match with it. So best match is equal to friend. And you know what? Instead of friend like this, I'm going to do current friend. Make it even more, that was an accident. Even more understandable. Cool. Const best match. All right. That looks good. Okay, let's make some more friend dummy data so I could test this. Add that comma there. And what I'm going to do here is actually, to make sure it works, is I'm going to make one of the users score ones on everything. Reason being is when I'm doing my test, I'm sending out just ones, since that's where, in my application, everything starts off at level 1. That way, I should match with him if my thing works. And I'll call him Robin Hood. You know, I used to do archery for a while. It was pretty fun. The max I could shoot was like 30 yards, and then I kind of just quit because at that point it's getting a lot harder to get better. And I'm the kind of person where I like rapid growth, and once it slows down, I get a little more disinterested. It's kind of a weakness. Sonic the Hedgehog, so freaking weird. And let's do 3, 2, 5. 6 is not one of the options. 3 again. 3 again. Okay. So many API routes I'm going to do at the end of this is console log. Yeah, console log best match. Okie dokie. So I think this should console log out that one test, Robin Hood, I hope. Let's see. Haha, it was an error. What? That's not a function. That's sad. Really? Am I using parse int incorrectly? I need to go. Let me check that out. Oh, yeah. I'm doing dot parse int. In parse int, it takes an argument of the integer you want to parse. That explains why it didn't work earlier. That's a bummer. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that here. And so now just on the client side, I'm turning those string values into integers. That way, once they get to my server, I don't have to do anything with them. They are numbers off the bat, which makes my life a little bit easier and saves us like a good amount of computing power, I guess. Because then we're making like the client side, that's the user's computer, right? So we're making the user's computer do this conversion for us. And we're having our computer just compare the math. So we get to shore a little bit of labor onto the user, which I'm not sure is like, that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I mean, last work for me. And it's very small. I got an error. I guess I can't do that. Wait, where is that? API routes 20? I don't have that anymore. That's odd. Oh, that's an old error. Assignment to a constant variable. Yep, I need to do a let here. Yeah, I like let, you guys. I think I'm in the big minority though. Okay, did I crap it out that time? I didn't. And I got Sonic the Hedgehog. That's not the one I wanted. Okay, so We got somebody else at least, but we did not get the person we wanted.
Wait, what was that constant error? What was?
Oh, it was a assignment to a constant variable, because I made my best match a constant, and I tried reassigning a new value to that constant, and that's not kosher.
Okay. Got it.
So I could just do let best match then. That's kind of weird. I don't know why it picked Sonic the Hedgehog. Like that could mean I did something very wrong. Mother crapper. So let total score equals 0 for I, and I want to go ahead and each time as we're iterating through, console log. No, you know what? That'll be like way too many console logs. I'll do it right here. Console log. I'm gonna do a string literal. Name is friend, or current friend.name. Score is total score. Okay. Submit. Yeah, so interesting. Robinhood had 0. So he did have the lowest score. If total score is less than best, oh, I forgot. So I did total score is less than best score, change our best match, but I did not change best score. So the next time around, best score goes back to 50, and Sonic the Hedgehog is less than 50. So if I want this to work the way I planned, is I need to change my best score to equal my current total score. That way it has a new value. And when you go to the next guy, it'll check that and make sure that we get like a better match. And we got Robinhood. Woohoo! I don't know. I got that done. That's kind of weird. But yeah, so that's why the function wasn't really working. But that's how we're gonna be matching people up. So pretty cool. Now we can match our user. And I guess we'd want to just res JSON that current friend we're on. So res.json current friend. And I kind of want to take a look when I do that, what it looks like here. Oh, internal error. Best match. I'm dumb. Res best match. So submit. Boom, we got back now a JSON object. Now we could use this to populate that modal that pops up once you go through this test. I was about to go through the test again, but that would take way too long. Okay, now I have to get a modal from Bootstrap. And I believe for modals, they just start off untoggled and you could toggle them. Okay, cool. Cool, yeah, they start as like untoggled, I believe. Because somewhere here it should be like, saying something about data dismiss modal, save changes, close.
You can add the data toggle to the button.
Yeah, I think it's probably a good call. Okay, I want to try grabbing a modal that because that modal I think starts off as open, maybe. I'll put it in my page and see what happens. Oh, yeah, cool. You can just shove it into a page. Huh. Wild. So on my submit button, I could give it a data toggle modal. Let's see, I forgot the exact way to do that. Oh, I see. And you give it the target. Cool. Could we do both with one button? We will find out. Data target example modal. And I guess I should give it an ID of match modal. Thank you, Ryan.
Wait, I think the data target and the ID should have the same, right?
Yeah, I believe so. That's why I made it. Wait, they are. So wait, when do you camel case and when do you use hyphens? Because they're camel casing here.
I don't know.
I'm gonna use hyphens for now, I guess. I'm gonna have to look that up later and let you guys know on Tuesday. And data toggle is modal. Yeah, because you only have one modal per page. Let's see if that worked. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe I should refresh. Whoa, dope. That's so easy. Nice. Thank you, Bootstrap. Makes life easier. I don't really use Bootstrap much anymore, obviously, because I'm using React. And yeah, it's actually very easy as well. I thought it was like, would be a lot more hairy. Cool. So for this modal, what we're going to want to do, though, is populate it. We could populate it in this response, actually, because we're console logging that data. So now we could write in here, start targeting the modal and apply these values to that modal. So when I'm doing something like this, I normally like use the same page twice. That way I could be writing my code targeting the HTML I've written. It just really helps. And I'm gonna get rid of the console logs and my API routes because it's making it really cluttered. Sweet. I get rid of, I'll keep that for now. And go to the modal on my right-hand side. Cool, cool, cool. So modal, blah, blah. Actually, I'm gonna click on it again to take a look at it. The text goes here, modal title. So I'm gonna wanna have the name and the picture, okay. Image tag. Do image tags go like that or just closing on them? MDN, please help me out. I love MDN. Dopity dopity. So yeah, we're gonna do image, like no closing on it, right? Yeah, no closing. And we're gonna give an ID of match image. I'll do that one first. Oh shit, my laptop is low battery. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna go get my charger. Oh no, I'm still going, sorry. It's okay. Sorry about that, guys. I am back. You guys must have really missed me. So what were we doing? Oh yeah, targeting that ID. So we're just gonna target that ID. Match image. And we're gonna do .attr. That allows us to change the attributes of the HTML element we're targeting. And what do I do? Is it like source and then comma what I want it to be? Oh, it is. Man, this is so helpful right here, you guys. It's letting us know the attribute name in a string format and the value we want in a string or a number format. And what we want there is data dot, I think, image URL. Take a look. Oh, data dot photo. Perfect. Data dot photo. Let's see if that works. Any refresh? Perfect. Yeah, it just didn't work at all, but it did try putting up an image. We'll worry about that in a minute. Right now, I just want to make sure we get the name in there as well. Did I set it like this? I don't know. Cool. And yeah, so the image doesn't work, which is kind of lame. Let me go fix that really quick by grabbing a little Robin Hood image. And a lot of different renditions. It's kind of cute.
Question.
Yes.
The $post is grabbing the data from the best match object, right?
Let me go check really quick. In our survey, our post right here.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. So what we're doing in this submit on click function is we're creating a user object which grabs all of that user data.
Yeah.
And then in our post, we're sending that user data to our post request, which is right here.
Okay.
And that user data will be the rec.body.
Rec.body. Okay.
Yeah, and you can see that right here.
Okay.
Actually, I should probably put that. Let's do const user equals rec.body. And that way we're down here, we can just do user score equals user.scores I. And that, again, that's just more readable.
Is there going to be error if you set it as const instead of what?
Not in this case, because I'm not overriding this user object at all. I declare it here, and then I use it to find these scores, but I'm never actually reassigning a new value onto that user variable. I'm not setting it equal to something else.
Rec.body spelled wrong.
Oh, thank you, man. That would have been like an annoying one. Okay, let's see. Wow, what? Did I not save my changes to data? I didn't. I was about to say if that photo's also gone. That's good web development right there. Perfect. Okay. We're gonna leave that one there. That doesn't actually matter too much. Because I know the friend part, the matching was a difficult part as well. Let me think. There's one more thing it wants us to do. It wants us to append, I believe. Wait, let me double check the homework. Do you guys know if we're supposed to save the our user, like ourselves, into the JS file? No, it doesn't look like it is. Yeah, and that'd be kind of dumb because this JS file is gonna be reinitialized every time, so no one would ever even stay. Okay, cool. Is that it? Let me double check. If that's it, we can start doing deployment, I believe. Our UI is still pretty crappy, but I feel like you guys don't really need help with that part of the project. Let me know if you guys want me to put more time into making the UI better. So. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's done, I guess. Yeah, that's very ugly, guys, but if you guys want, I could just jump into the Heroku deployment now. All right, I'm gonna take that silence as it's Heroku deployment time. One thing I'm gonna need to do actually is I didn't put this in a repo. This is just locally on my computer. You could like create a repo out of this, but I honestly hate that process. I think it's like ridiculous. It's just annoying. It's oftentimes just a lot easier to go to GitHub and create a new repo. So new repo name is friend finder. Find yo friends. Public, initialize it with a readme, and I do not need Travis on this guy. Oh shit, well, never mind. It's actually not enabling Travis. Cool, clone this down. All I'm gonna do is clone this down into my folder where I'm working in. Git clone, shift insert. That makes sense because that's so annoying. I'll do my temp. I just created that folder called friend finder, so I'm trying to clone a new one. Oh, you know what? Actually, I don't need to do that at all. CD. Actually, no, I'm being too much. I'm gonna delete this later. And what I'm gonna do is, I don't remember, like, it's sad. I just learned like a lot of Bash for an interview, and I already have forgotten most of it. And if I knew Bash, I could wrote some like cool command line things, just copy my project over from this file and paste it there. But what you gonna do? I guess I could delete my node modules because I don't really need them. And could I copy? Right click here and copy? Oh my gosh, is there like, what's that? Collapse, new. No, is there no easy way to copy from right here? My gosh, I'm gonna go my file explorer. And H, and we need finder. Copy all that jazz. Bring it back into my temp. Oh, I'm afraid to see my temp folder. Huh. Wow, you guys don't be like me. Look at all these folders I have. Most of these are useless. And look at my temp folder. It just has like 5 things in it. That's sad. I have a very cluttered workspace. Okay, cool. Oh, we need to git ignore. Of course. That is something I almost forgot. You want to git ignore the node modules, of course, because no one wants to be putting their node models up there. And it's like /node underscore modules. I forget. Is it node underscore modules? Of course, I have no modules there. I'm gonna need to npm install just to make sure. That's kind of funny. Yeah, node underscore modules. Coolio Bonfulio. Delete that again. Well, I guess I need to delete now, but. So I'm gonna be just adding all this to my repository. Oh, that's so annoying. I think like this way. There you go. Git push origin master. Now, how do I deploy to Heroku again? I know to like hook up my project. Let's look in the instructions. I bet you there's something in here. Oh, cool. That was nowhere. Cool. I'll just Google it really quick. All right. Wait, I can just do it with the Heroku. Interesting. I might be able to do it just from Heroku using the graphical user interface, which would be very easy. This name. It's fun. So create a new app. I don't think. I'm not sure it's this easy. Here, I know there's a command here I'm supposed to run, like, just do Heroku. Hey, oh, that's annoying. Let me see if I could do this. No, we can't do that. It's not set up. Let me go ahead and read it from the instructions actually, because that would for sure work. Get init, get add, blah, blah, blah. Heroku login. Maybe I do npx Heroku login. Okay. That's kind of annoying. I think Heroku got booted off my path. Oh, it's so annoying. That won't do anything. That's going to be installing something called Heroku. Nope, I'm out there. Boo. Okay, well, I guess it's fun. I could work my path. Do I actually have Heroku on this machine? I do. I just use it. Yeah, I used it a little while ago. Heroku path. So we're talking about pathing probably. Ah, really? Okay. It's kind of ridiculous. Like so basically I could run it if I find its location and like I shoot it from there, but I should be able to path it. So I'm gonna go to my environment variables. Bum, bum. And let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and there. Do I have Heroku here? Oh, I don't think I do. Well, time to hop in my files and find Heroku. Oh, I have no idea who Heroku is though on my file on my computer. It's probably, this is program files, program files, program files. Okay, I think it might be in program files. So I'm gonna go navigate to my program files directory. Yay, Heroku. There's the bin. So awesome. I'm gonna copy this file path. I know there's a way to do that. Please don't make me type this. I think I'll have to type this. Okay, I'll just type that out. It's not too much anyways. So, shit, my bad. New, and it is C : / program. I need to clean up my paths one day. That day's not today though. / Heroku / bin. And so this is like when we're in our command line, it'll add this to one of our paths. I did that right? Yeah. It'll add this to our path, so it'd be as if I was running my git bash terminal from right here. And the reason when you do that is from right here is where we have the Heroku command. So whenever you see something like saying, oh, this command isn't found, but you have it on your computer, this pathing situation is probably the issue. So let's see if that worked. That'd be cool if it did. But like, honestly, when I try to fix pathing, it only works half the time. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out completely because like I heard you have to close out terminals, and honestly, computers at this point are still kind of a mystery today. Huh, I didn't do that at all. I could have ran it in the command line there, but I'm used to running this kind of stuff here. Please, Heroku login work. Damn it, that was all for nothing. I guess I could run, yeah. 1, 2, 3. So that is 1, 2, 3 / now program. Ooh, How do you do a space in the command line? Oh, that's annoying because it's in a program files folder, and that folder has a space there. Let me look that up really quick. I want to get this Heroku done. Enclose the whole path in double quotes. Oh, I did not know that. Cool. That's actually super helpful. So if I enclose them in double quotes, I could just do space, which normally you can't do. I think it's just Heroku there. Okay, cool. Haha, oh my God, that worked. That's so funny. And it's login. Okay. Press any key to open the browser and log in. Sweet. So yeah, I just had to like literally manually type in my path there, which is a big pain in the ass. I might have just been able to double click on Heroku, but I'm not sure it would have fired off in the right spot. So I'm going to log in really quick. Oh, cool, logged in. Woot, woot. And now I can run the command git remote-v. And this is to show you that we do have this remote set up. So I'm going to do that really quick. Origin. Right now, you do not. So I do not have one listed yet. Perfect. Then I run Heroku create, and it will add Heroku as a remote to this repository. Oh my God, I forgot. I have to go back up here. That's terrible. Oh, what a booty. Let me go ahead and delete one of my apps. Which one should I delete? I don't know. Probably this one. I don't know what this is, but it's surely not important. It might be, I built a Flappy Bird clone when my cousin had a baby. It's pretty cute. I made instead of it being a bird flapping around, it was a little baby. But no one plays it anymore, so. Did I not type that right? What am I missing? Oh, let's see. Cool, I'm deleting this app because I'm in a free tier, so you have a maximum of 5 apps. I'm creating this guy, and it's done. Very, very cool. Now I'm gonna try my, got a message in the chat really quick. Totally fine. Laura, on Tuesday, office hours beforehand, let me know, and we could go ahead and go through it together. I find that when you're there doing it yourself on your machine, it helps like really understand a bit on how to get that done. Sweet. Yeah, because this stuff is like a lot easier said than done, and then I feel like there's a layer of like, it looks way more complex than it is, and then once you actually do it with your hands, you're like, oh shit, okay, yeah, I could do that. So we're gonna run git remote-v again to make sure that now we have that Heroku added on as a remote, and it is. So we know that things are working. This is really important. It says ensure that your package JSON file is set up correctly. It must have a start script and all the project dependencies defined. Reason being for the start script is Heroku is just a service that hosts computers to be servers, or not be servers, but has computers to host your websites. And they need a way to start off your websites. They have no idea if you're running Node or the slew of other options. So when having a start script, Heroku knows just to try running start on your app. And for us, we want our start script to have it run Node server.js because we're running Node. So I'm going to go over here and set up my start script. Oh, it's already set up. Cool. Very, very cool. And my dependencies, Express, that just has a computer over there and they're building download Express for this specific project. So that's perfect. Dynamic porting, that is using port. This org signal, it's checking to see if we have a process env.port. If we do not have that, that means we're running locally. So just use this number instead. But if we do have that, it'll be using that port number. And that's the port number that Heroku gives to us. So we're set up there. Yep, we already have that done. Okay. So now we could commit any changes we made. Haven't we even made a single change? I don't think we have. So now we can run the command git push Heroku master. And it's going to be building, building, building. Once it's done, it's going to spit out a URL for our website. And we can click on that and make sure it all works. Okay, cool. Let's see. It could take a minute sometimes. Oh, nice. Perfect. And I put nothing in. Also, a big thing about this homework, you guys, is we do want to see some validation. So as a user, I shouldn't be able to not put in my name, and I shouldn't be able to not put in my image URL. We have been here for 2 hours, though, so I totally understand that most of us are probably a little bit tired. But if any of you guys want to see me add validation, we could do that. But if not, we could just call it here and then tie this one up. So if anyone wants to, go ahead.
Time for questions?
Yeah, I have time for questions.
Because I'm running into an issue at the post route when you're comparing the answers. I just have an error. I just don't know what the source of it is.
What does the error say?
Cannot read property 0 of undefined.
Okay, cool. So it's trying to read a property of an undefined object. So let's look at the line that it's that says where it's coming from.
I don't know where it would be for you, but for me it's line 24, which is const user score equals user.scores index.
User.scores index. Okay. So that user object, did you declare that user object further up? Because later on, I went ahead and I changed that around a little bit.
Rect.body, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's defined.
Okay, so on that line, it's user.scores and then the index right here.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you want to, I think you might be able to share your screen if you want.
Sure.
Sweet. I'll unshare mine. So I could figure out how to do that actually. Man, computers are tough. All right, I'm pausing my share, stopping my share. Okay, perfect. So yeah, if you want to try sharing your screen now.
Did it work?
Sweet, yes, it's starting up. It's just taking a second to go. Okay, perfect.
So do you see this error right here?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think it, I mean, I guess I'll just, do you see this screen?
Yeah, I see it. Interesting. So we're doing current friend scores dot length, const friend scores, current friend dot scores I, const user score is user dot scores I. Interesting. And that's at line 24. Do you want to console log user up top, like right after we declare user? Now we can take a look at that object and see maybe if we have something named differently or if the data we're sending looks weird.
How do I check that?
You just have to like restart it or submit now that you restarted.
Click submit.
Yeah, on the HTML side, like to trigger that post route, we're gonna need like submit that user data. Oh, dope. Okay, I see what's happening. Let's go to your survey.html because we started our server and it immediately posted, which shouldn't be happening because you only be posting once we click that button. So perhaps your button is, oh no, your post is, let's go upwards a little bit to your code. So in my HTML and my options, you have like a default option.
Default?
Yeah, it's not, it doesn't say it's, the name is not default. It's, the name of it is, let me go to my file. It is, oh no, there's just option value 1. Ooh. Yeah, no, that looks fine actually. Let's take a look at that, how we're targeting the jQuery, or what we are targeting with jQuery. Maybe we are missing something. Hashtag Q1 dot val dot trim parse in, and that doesn't break their survey score. Oh, we named it survey score.
What should I name?
Look at your API routes.
Should it be
When you're doing user.scores, you should be doing user.survey scores, because in your user object, it's called survey scores rather than just scores.
should I do that for everything here?
I'm not sure. For your current friend, that you would have to check your data in your data folder, the friends.js. There, it's named as scores. Yeah, the reason why I went back and changed mine is because like with bugs like this, it helps to have things like super similar. But for now, you can just make it. The fix we just did would work.
So this should fix everything?
Kinda. You are getting not a number instead of ones like I was getting. It could be the way we did that parse int. Yeah, maybe it's because you have a trim and I don't have a trim there.
How do you do that? Control D.
Yeah, if you highlight that trim, yeah, and do Control D, you could like just delete them.
Oh, there's too many trims.
If you click it one at a time, it goes to each one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Isn't that like so nice?
Pretty cool. All right.
Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. And if we get non-number again, we're probably targeting the div incorrectly.
I don't know if I did it right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Whoa, what? Type error cannot. Did we save everything? We did. First, let's scroll up to our options again, like the choices we have in survey. And I want to make sure that we're targeting the right IDs.
Q. Q? Q.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, you're targeting the right IDs. Oh, yeah, so that's not the issue there. One thing you could do, by the way, is where it says select an option, those lines, if you take those out, the default option will be 1. So that we don't have to click anything when you're testing.
Wait, what are you talking about? Where?
On line 131, that option value, select an option. If you took that out of every select div, that would make it so whenever like it's blank, it's going to default to the first option we have there, which is value 1, which will just make our testing easier. That way you don't have to choose everything in testing and you can still get the numbers. Because right now you're not getting numbers in your array. You're just getting not a number, not a number, not a number. And you wouldn't just get rid of the text. You would get rid of the entire option value option.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Well, luckily we got Control D.
So I just go like that.
Yeah, yeah. That should be the only instance of like that pattern of characters in our file. Cool. Okay, and that'll just make the testing easier.
Okay. That's not going to fix my problem.
No, it won't. But that would have been the next problem we hit. So, just might as well shore that one up.
I mean, I can come into class if this is holding up the stream.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, you guys, if you guys want, we're pretty much done here. My video is recorded, so I'll be posting it up a little bit later. Yep. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no. So I'm just helping out Brian. Now, do anyone else have any questions? Okay, sounds great. Yeah, thank you guys for coming in. Watching. I hope you guys learned something. Sorry for the beginning. I was going too far into the HTML, CSS. I'm just kind of bad at it, so it takes me a little bit longer. But yeah, hopefully this was helpful. And if you guys need any more help, feel free to shoot me messages, of course. And I think at that, I'll go ahead and end this stream. Unless, Brian, would you want any help right now on this, or would you rather just bring this in on Tuesday?
Well, it depends. Like, it doesn't matter. I just have to turn this in, right? But I guess it doesn't matter when I turn it in.
No, it doesn't really. It doesn't really. And if I was there with you, we'd be able to solve it maybe a bit faster, just because we'd be able to move around a little bit quicker from file to file.
Yeah, it was literally just the comparing stuff that I was confused with. So we got that over with. So
Okay, cool. Yeah, no. If you're good right now, that's totally cool. I have time, but totally up to you.
yeah, I mean, I'm down to stay.
Sweet. Let's knock this out.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's go to not the friends.js, sorry. Let's go to the API routes because there's something going wrong there. We are doing const user equals rec.body console log user. So we have that. For let I in all friends, which is a thing we have definitely. And then current friend is all friends I, scores out length. Const friend score. What the? Survey scores I. Oh, not survey scores I, it's survey score I. If we take a look at our terminal, we'll see it, the name of it there. It doesn't have a plural on it, or it's not plural. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, naming is such a huge source of bugs. It's kind of interesting. Like, I never knew that when I was first starting programming. But like,
oh look, I got a name.
Nice.
That's different.
Nice. It is. Sweet.
So does that mean
it's working?
So if I change the answers, I get a different answer. Right?
Yeah. Depending on whoever's closest. So what it's doing is it's just comparing the least amount of differences between those two array of answers.
I guess that's it. Okay, submit. Give me somebody else. Nice.
Sweet, dude.
It works.
That's awesome.
So now I would just need to add validation, right?
Yeah, because we don't want someone to be able to put in an empty name or an empty photo, or be able to like leave any of the questions blank.
And to do that, we would do like the alerts or something.
What?
We do like a alert message.
Yeah, an if statement and an alert. So what we would want to do probably is in our survey HTML file.
Should I give it back to you, the screen?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, how do I do it?
You go to your.
No.
I think click the little arrow next to share screen.
Share screen. Dot to bottom. Do I just do stop share? Would that stop?
Yeah. Stop sharing. I'll pause it first at least. Or okay. Perfect. Nice. So now I can share mine. And all right, here we are. So the way I would do this, Brian, is we create like a user object, right? So we're getting the data from the user. Yeah. Right here is when we'll know whether or not like the user has a name or an image. And the way we can know that is the way you can check if it's like blank is if we check how long it is. If the length of it is like not greater than 1, we know it's blank. So this is like very easy to get around validation. Like someone could just put in cat as their image. There are ways to like make sure that it's an image, but like that's really above our scope right now.
Yeah.
So right now I would check if user.name.length is less than or equal to 1, because you know what, you have to at least have a name with 2 letters. If that happens, or that's that 2 pipes right there.
Yep.
Or if user.image.length is less than or equal to 1, because no URL is that long or that short, then what we want to do is alert, you need a longer name /image URL. That's a really bad way to do it, but that's like quick and dirty. And the issue here, though, is if we do this right, if we just leave it like this, we still have the ability. So we'll get the alert, but then the post request will still go off. So do you have any ideas on how to make it so that the post request does not go off?
Isn't there's a thing you do, right? It's like, I have no idea. Is it return?
No problem, no problem. There's many ways to do it, like literally probably 1,000. We could do like another if statement saying if username.length is greater than 1, but that takes a little bit more writing. What we could do is add an else statement here.
Oh, else.
And so this else statement will fire off only when this if statement does not fire off. So if this if statement does not fire off, we know that that user has a username and that user has an image. And if we know they have both those things, then we could say, okay, go ahead and post to my API and find your match.
Oh, okay. And if they don't, the alert will pop up and it will stop. The else won't be ran, right?
Perfect. Yes. The else will not be ran, so that post request will never be ran.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, good shit.
Okay. I mean, do you need more validation from us?
No, that's literally actually the validation. I mean, also, yeah, that's enough validation. There's
like, you don't want us to have one for where like you need to answer all the questions or something?
Yeah. So you I feel bad. You need to go back and undo like getting rid of that initial option value.
Oh.
Okay. Get rid of that. Yeah, I took that out because for testing it's faster. But if you wanted to, you could always go like, if you want to do it hella fast, actually, it's actually not too tough. We could use Control D again, grab that option value 1.
Yeah.
Go to all of them really quick.
Hit above it.
Go next to it, hit enter, get above it, and start typing option value and select and answer.
But what if we wanted to add validation where they would have to provide an answer for each?
That is a good question.
Input.
So what we could do is have yet another if statement. Would this be the best way to do it? Yeah, it would be. So we would have to, would it be separate? At this point, I'd love to put it into like a single function to check if a user is valid. Because now it's gonna get kind of like long code and we'll see what this looks like. So we need to check on each of their scores, right? So wait, I forgot we could autofill. Yes, that's so nice. So and it's gonna be user dot scores, and our variable name is gonna be a little bit different, by the way.
Is that based on the object that listed above?
Yes. So yeah, the object is user, and then the object has a property of array, a property of scores, which is an array.
Yep.
So what we could do is check. You know what? We are going to need a function for this. Like otherwise, it would be super tough to do.
Okay.
So I'm going to make a function. It'll be pretty easy too. So we'll call this function is valid. And it will take in a user object. And what it's going to do is it's going to check, this if. So when we're checking to see if something's valid, like for validation, for a lot of other things where you're trying to see if something is not something else, like make sure this is an even number or make sure that this is within your bounds of whatever problem. Yeah. We start with a Boolean because we're checking for yes or no. Is this good or is it bad? So before we find out if it's bad, it's always good. So in this case, we'll do let user equals true. The user is currently true. And at the end of the function, what we're going to do is we're going to return user. But in between that, we're going to be running validation. And once we run into something that alerts us that this user is not good, not kosher, we're going to change that user variable to false. So it'd be if, and this is going to make it like a lot better all the way around. So if user.name.length is less than or equal to 1, user equals false. And we're going to do the alert. You need a name. Next check is if user.image.length is less than or equal to 1, user's false. So let's say they pass this one, right? That means user is still true. But if they don't pass the next one, now user is false. An alert there. And this allows us to like do more specific alerts, which is nice. You need.
So are we scratching the other one?
Yeah. So the if and all that, we could have done it outside of a function, but it would have gotten very like stringy and hairy. There have been like variables everywhere, and it gets kind of confusing. The nice thing about functions is like you could literally like minimize it from your mind. Once you know what the function does and that it works, you never have to like freaking look at it or think about that complexity again. And that makes our job a lot easier because we have a lot of things going on here.
Right.
So after we check the image and name, if he's still doing good, awesome. But now we have to check the scores. So now we can just run through. I'm going to use autofill again because I'm that lazy. I'm going to leave index this time and do user obj dot scores. Since that we know what the data will look like, it's going to be dot scores. And what we're going to check then is if, how do we check if it's not a number? I guess like we can use type of. Yeah, if type of element, put this in like this. Type of, it evaluates the following variable and it lets you know what type of thing is it. Like, is it an integer, is it a string, or is it an object? So if type of, and I don't know what exactly, let me Google it really quick. Because like I don't know what it returns, if it returns integer or number. So I'm gonna like Google it and it'll take me like W3 schools or MDN and I'll be able to quickly run it and take a look at what it returns exactly when it's a number. Oh yeah, it's number and string. So that means if type of element does not equal number, because it will return us a string of the word number if it's a number, then we know that user is equal to false. And we can give them the alert. That's an like, so we can give them the alert right here that like, hey, you need to do a, you need to add a number in here, or you need to answer everything. But then it'd be firing off like in hella parts of the for loop, which is kind of annoying. I'm gonna add something here.
Sure.
Let all scores equal true. And this just mean extra Boolean and extra, we call them a flag. This, and the flag is a really good term for it because you're trying to flag down a certain scenario. So we're going to use that flag right outside the for loop. So if all scores equals false, then alert. You need to fill out or answer a question.
Wait, why are you doing this outside of the loop again?
If we did it inside of the loop, let's say we didn't answer 10 questions, we get 10 alerts, and that's just really annoying.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think about that until I was about to write it, and I was like, wait a second. So that's why I added a whole extra flag up here. It's kind of like a bummer, because even adding this one extra flag makes this function a bit more complex. But we'll close it and never look at it again. But like in programming, really, like as we're getting further now, you know, we're all seeing that it's just honestly very complicated. There's a lot of logic going on. So if we can make it as simple as possible, that's when our lives get a lot better. So at this point now, it'll return user. And user, if it passes all this, it'll be true.
And if it's true, then everything runs.
Yes, we have to set it up though. So like the
Oh,
last step, because this was declaring a function, like building it. Now we have to use it. The last step, it's hella like this is where like it looks very pretty. And oh shit, I lost my post request, didn't I? Motherfucker. I have to rewrite that. That's a pain in the ass. That's okay though. So we're just gonna use an if statement to, oh, what? It came back. I believe in God now. This is it. What? Wait, how do I want them both. Can I copy? I can't even like copy paste this. Okay, I'm just gonna type it out because I don't want to lose it again. I don't know what just happened right there, honestly, man, but that was nice. User, comma, function. And we're not gonna put this here. I'm just grabbing it really quick before it just appears. Wait a second. Oh, yeah, I see. I was targeting the modal there. I was like, what's going on in there? Match name dot text data not name. And if you didn't delete your version of this, then you won't have to do this part right here. Match image dot attr source data dot photo. Okay, coolio, bonfolio.
but essentially, you're gonna build this function and you're gonna put it inside the submit button.
Put it inside the, yes. So the way I'm going to use it is I'm just going to use it in an if statement within the submit button. So if is valid, and is valid returns true or false, user. And for an if statement, it checks if the evaluation, what's within the parentheses, is true or false. If it's true, it will fire off the code within. If it's false, it will not fire off the code within. So if the user is valid, we get a true, this if statement will fire off post. And if not, don't do anything.
Oh.
It's kind of it's not like a natural pattern to think of off the top of your head. Like once you see it and use it, you're just like, oh, wow, okay. I kind of see where they're going here. And this is a pattern you see kind of often with validation functions. It takes in like an object needs to evaluate, and then it returns a true or false value, depending on if you pass that validation or not. Because that way you could like reading this it reads very well. You go if is valid user, if this user is valid. And you kind of just read it, you know what it means.
Can you scroll down?
Yeah.
No. Can you go past the return user? I think I have like some weird
Syntax.
errors. Like I think I have like an extra bracket or something.
Oh shit. You want to share your screen?
Yeah.
Very cool.
I'll do it.
Oh, there's still people in here. I think at this point people are zoned out.
Probably. How do I share? Okay.
I need to stop my share. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know where my error is.
So there's a 4 Let's scroll up a little bit. You
Is some
know,
of it, what?
I think I might have saw it. Yeah, you can use that's totally fine with with the function there. That's perfect. Let's scroll down a bit more. There a bit more. And that 4 is closed. Huh, wait a second, weird.
Where is this connected?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of confused now. Where?
I don't even know where it's connected.
Yeah, scroll down again. It's definitely lower. It's somewhere in the function. Let's scroll up to the top of the function.
Did I just move something? Oh, right here.
Yeah, the extra parenthesis.
Oh, right here?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. My bad. Yeah, no, you're right. It is gonna go below line 202.
Oh, yeah.
Above 2 or 3, but below 2. Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Is that it?
I think you might need one more there because I had one more curly bracket after that.
One more.
So beneath line 203, you should have one more curly bracket.
Oh.
Yeah, and that one's the closing off the if statement. And the other two was closing off the post.
How did you do the thing where like this whole function was like cascaded or it was hidden?
To the left of the function, there's gonna be like an arrow near the edge of your VS. Yeah, that arrow there. Yeah, that helps so much with like wrapping your head around encapsulation, like storing logic inside of a function, so you can just like close that off to your fucking brain.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause that's a huge thing in programming, Brian. It's
Yeah.
it's eliminating complexity wherever you could find it, because it gets more and more complex the more and more we build. So the more times you could close a function and say, I don't know what is inside of this function, but I know that it works and I know what it does, and you're good.
Okay.
And you can just use it as a little tool.
And so all of this logic is placed in this submit jQuery selector.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I guess actually the function should be outside of the submit button, like
Should
the
it?
declaration. It should, because we don't want to be redeclaring a function all the time. That's just kind of weird.
Okay.
Like I've never actually seen that before. I need to go change that too. That was an accident. That was not like by design.
Here, I'll just give it back to you. I want to see where you put it.
Okay. You can put it right below if you want. But yeah, I'll take it. Because in JavaScript, the functions, they are hoisted, which means you can put them literally anywhere you want in the entire file, and they'll just naturally like be at the top. Right? Let's see. Yeah, close it right there. Which makes it so like JavaScript's very like friendly in that regard.
Yeah.
Control X. Let's put it beneath. Because that means once the page loads, it'll create this function. Otherwise, it would once we click the button, it'll create the function. And like, what if it doesn't happen fast enough? I don't know how computers work or how fast they move. So I feel like it's just like safe to build it or safe to declare the function outside of that button
So
click.
I can delete that. Put it outside. All right. And that should be it.
Yeah. Awesome, man. I'm happy you asked about the validation.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I was wondering because like it seems so simple where I can just press submit and things just happen without having to put anything in. Like that's not proper.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
Cool. Is that it? Is that the whole?
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
That's the whole assignment?
Yeah.
I mean, do you expect us to add more to make it nicer? Because I don't have much.
If you want, you could. It's good to get good with HTML CSS, but we did just start React, which is why I did this today. We were initially planning on like Friday, but there's other homework going to hit. And React is really important, and it's really hard, honestly. So like, if you want to just like get this past you, I would very much understand that and like really focus your efforts on React.
Yeah, because I have to do the other homeworks too.
Oh shit, yeah, you're definitely good. You know, again, I would just maybe a little bit of styling here and there, like show off some personality bit, and it helps to just get more comfortable with styling things, because that's something that you do a lot, especially like most jobs that are hiring earlier developers. You're gonna be touching front end or working on the front end. Like me, I wanted to be back end engineer, I really did, and I practiced a lot of back end stuff, but they're just really so many more front end roles than back end roles. And if you go into front end, you're not necessarily doing CSS, but you may be managing UI or doing front end logic, because with React, there's a lot of logic done on the front end. But it just helps be more comfortable in that area.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'll just turn it in when I feel more comfortable.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, dog.
Oh yeah, no problem. Hope you have a good one, and everyone else, hope you guys had a good time.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close the call if I can figure out how to do that. End meeting. All right, found it. All right, see you guys. Have a good one.
All right.